morning, everyone. I am Myrami Aribasan, and today we will discuss the lesson 6, which is the developing genuine love for reading. So let's start. What is developing genuine love for reading? Genuine love for reading is focused on the idea of letting students appreciate the story selection. Genuine love for reading, or GLR, aims to trigger the schema of the learners. GLR sets the mood of the entire reading. In the GLR stage, teacher establishes proper mindset, activates the students' schemata, introduces the theme, and motivates them to read the passage. Question: how to develop a GLR in children? Many children today are so engrossed in the latest technology that they barely have time to open a book and read. As a teacher, we have to help them develop a genuine love for reading at an early age. So, how exactly do we do this? Well, it doesn't take a genius to do so. Here are some very and practical ways on how you can your pupils love reading. Number 1 ways: be a role model. Children learn best through modeling. Have you noticed how children would often emulate the way you act or talk? In fact, there are times they even play teacher, and you'll be surprised to see them copy the way you move and talk them in class. So, you can just imagine the extent of your influence among these young learners. If you want your children to love reading, you have to show them that you also love it. Read a book in front of your class every now and then, especially during break time or after school hours. Show them your collection books and let them see to enjoy reading them. Second ways: use varied reading materials. Children are easily bored, especially if they're always reading the same textbook. You shouldn't only develop a love for reading, but also teach them to appreciate all kinds of reading materials. Let them go to the library once in a while, where they can read encyclopedias, almanacs, journals, fairy tales, legends, and so much more. Number 3, provide wholesome reading activities. Many children are not fond of reading because afterwards, teachers would only ask them questions, then that's it. Teachers often fail to provide enrichment activity. As a teacher, you must be sourceful enough to come up with some wholesome activities in line with reading. For instance, if the children read a fairy tale, you can ask them to act out or draw their favorite part. In addition, integrate reading in all your lessons. Allow them to read even if it's not their English class. You can let them read the procedure and experiments in science or the instruction in their arts and crafts activities. You should also give assignments that include reading a variety of resources from magazines to online references. In other words, you should make reading as part of your everyday lessons. Once you're able to do all this, it won't be long before your children develop a genuine love for reading. So, your turn, Jerry.
Now we are going to discuss the pre-reading activities. So what is pre-reading activities? Pre-reading activities are done before the actual reading or the text. So it is mean that the pre-reading is the process of skimming a text to locate key ideas before carefully reading a text from start to finish. So it is also called previewing or surveying. Pre-reading also provides an overview that can increase reading speed and efficiency. So what are those activities of pre-reading? So we have establishing the proper mindset, activating the learner's schemata, introducing the theme and motivating the learners to read. So that are the activities of this pre-reading.
Hello, good morning everyone. My report is all about motivation. So when we say motivation, it is defined as the stimulus to create and sustain intentions. It is also a reason for people's action, willingness, and goals. Motivation also derives from the word motive, which means it defines as need to required satisfaction. So, example of motivation or what we call the encouragement is, my goal is to finish my studies and to help my parents. Or, my motivation to finish studies is helping my parents. Another example is, if you want to lose your weight to get healthier, this is example of motivation to improve your health, an incentive or reason for doing something. Next is, motivation determines the extent of the learner's active involvements and attitude towards learning. So dito siya, learner's motivation and attitude can bring about the foreign language teaching. So for example, if the students fail a test, they will, or it determines the learner's success or a failure to a great extent. Next is, motivation influences the arousal, selection, direction, and maintenance of all human behaviors. So diri, motivated behaviors are generated by the sense of personal satisfaction. Nagadriven siya sa interest of enjoyment in the task that comes from the individual or in society. So motivation has a basic principles and are applicable for learnings in any situation. So number 1, the environment can be used to focus the students' attention on what needs to be learned. So diri, so dapat ang environment when it comes to learning, i-sure nato nga maka-focus ang ato ang students or maka-focus ang ato ang learners na makuha ta ang ilahang atensyon to simply walk around the classroom. This is an example nga ang students na maka-focus ang atensyon, nga makuha ta ang atensyon sa tong students is walk around the classroom, provide only the task in order for them to focus. Number 2, incentives motive learning. So, there is sa incentives motive learning, example nito is money. This is an excellent example of the external reward that motivates the behaviors ng atong learners. Also, good grades. It is a type ng incentive that can motivate that can motivate ang atong learners nga mag-study hard and to do well in school. Next, number 3. Internal motivation is lasting and more than self-directive than is external motivation, which must be repeatedly reinforced by praise or concrete rewards. So, there is a number 3. Ang motivation means having a passion and will do undertake some action. So, ang motivation may be nag-internal siya or external. When we say internal, it means seen when the person undertakes some activity for its own sake na wala iyang suot sa external reward. Or example nito is participating in a competition. Next, number 4. Learning is most effective when an individual is ready to learn. That is when one wants to know something. So, there is a number 4. Dapat i-sure na to ang ato ang learners nang interested kay siya maminaw sa tuwa, maminaw sa ato ang leksyon para makakuha gud siya, maka-learn gud siya, maka-gather siya sang maka-learn siya sang ato ang discussions kag maka-learn siya sa atong lessons. Kay kung dili siya interesado, dili siya maminaw, so walay learnings nga makuha ang ato ang learners. Next is 5. Motivation is enhanced by the way in which the instructional material is organized. So, there is a number 5. Dapat best organized nga materials is makes the information meaningful sa individual. Isa ka method sa ning organization is includes relating new tasks to those already known. So, mag-relate siya sa meaning to determine whether body of person is being taught that can understand the final outcome or instruct them to compare and contrast. So, that's all about my report.
And that's all our report in the Group 7.